So this video is about my new life in Douarnenez and the time I took my little boat out through the Passage de Douarn and out across the Bay of Douarnenez to spend a night afloat on the far side of the bay. And as an experiment, I'm going to do it with no music and simply the sounds of the sea and the wind. Good morning. It's Sunday the 6th of October and I'm just anchored off a place called Morgat in the Bay of Douarnenez. The plan now is to sail a little bit down the coast. There's a little creek that I've never been in, and I did sail past it last night just to have a look at the entrance, but there was no way I could get in. The tide was falling and it was sort of just after half tide when I passed, and there were clearly waves on the bar there because it was wind over tide. But if I go past now, I should be able to go in with the last of the flood tide. So I took down the boat tent, lying at anchor in the lee of the breakwater in Morgat. The ridge of my tent is the yard of the sail, which is supported on crutches at the stern, and these I take down and stow forward underneath the rolled up tent in its black canvas bag. The sail already had one reefing left over from the day before, and I decided to keep that amount of sail area for the day to come. There were stronger winds forecast for the afternoon. Having hoisted the sail, I'm now hauling in the anchor to which my boat had been lying all through the night. I had to jibe my boat round to get clear of the harbour, unhooking the main sheet from one side of the transom and then hooking it onto the other quarter as the boat comes round. This is how the main sheet works on Aveldro. So farewell then, Morgat. Thanks for the night afloat in your harbour. Somewhere along here there are some sea caves. We're going to sail past the entrance of and see what we can see. Well, we're approaching the little creek. There's big seas rolling into this bay, so we'll see. There's no way we're going to go that way. Big breakers on that beach. No, I don't like the look of this at all. I'll come back when there's a bit more rise of tide. It was a low coefficient that day, quite a neap tide, and I think that was the problem. There wasn't enough height of water to safely sail into the creek. So that's it, we couldn't get in the creek, and so the only thing left to do was to shape a course back across the wide bay of Douarnenez, back to Douarnenez itself. Finally, we entered the lee of Ile Tristan in the approaches to the Port Roux area of Douarnenez, where I had set off from the day before. This is our route into Douarnenez, south of Ile Tristan. So we sailed into the mouth of the river at Port Roux, through a line of moored boats. I brought the boat close to the wind, turned her head to wind, and then went forward to lower the sail, and then dropped the anchor fairly close to the western bank of the river. Well, if that had got any windier, we'd have been needing to stop to reef. We're doing 6 knots across the bay, 1 reef in the sail, which is is as much as you want. We were surfing a bit off the wave, so that was really on the limit, was that. Which is why we came in here rather than going round into the old harbour. You will see that we've picked up the local habit of stopping for lunch. Whereas in Britain people tend to keep sailing and grab a sandwich while holding the tiller with the other hand. Waves breaking over the boat. The French way is always to stop and have a civilized lunch. So I seem to have picked up that habit.
Être riche aujourd'hui, c'est pas facile. Non, mais un peu de soutien. C'est pas facile.
So this should be where it's happening just very shortly, in the old harbour at Douarnenez. I've never seen this before. This is going to be interesting, but I have. I was told I had to put on bizarre clothes, so I have. That was the most wonderful, unaffected, joyous occasion, and I feel a bit teary about it actually. I didn't come to Douarnenez expecting it to be really like this. I came to Douarnenez to escape Britain, to escape a situation that I couldn't cope with. And I'm not going to make any political points, and I'm certainly not going to argue about economics. I'm just going to say how it felt to me. I had to leave, and to come here and find a place like this where it's not done up, it's just full of ordinary, rather shabby houses, and people just enjoy themselves. They know how to live, and it's I'm going to say this, Douarnenez is like a built example of dinghy cruising. It's exactly the same spirit. Yeah, so there you are. See you.